Hey Freedom Setters, how you doing? So I wanted to make a video tonight about the wood stove here, about getting it started. A lot of you for the first time, especially when I first got the wood stove here, I had a heck of a time getting it started. And so it was really a long drawn out process that was extremely annoying just trying to get that going. But you know, that's probably what you're going through. Those of you who are just getting your wood stove and you're just trying to feel it out and figure out how to get it started. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks here, some very easy ways to get it started really quickly. It took me a little bit of time to learn how to do it this way, but this is a sure bet that you can get it done every single time very quickly and just get that heat coming to heat your house. Now, first thing we got to do here, now this one right here is a Dauntless from Vermont Castings. All these tricks I'm going to show you here will work for any wood stove. It doesn't matter. It's all pretty much the same thing. But in case you are wondering, those of you that are watching, this is a Dauntless. And so what we need to do first, before we do anything, is to open it up. So the Dauntless here, it's closed when it's all the way to the right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it all the way up. And this allows all that oxygen to get in. So that's off, that's on. So we're going to keep it all the way on there. That right there is keeping it open so that it has that nice flow in and out. So keep it all the way open. And now on the other side here, this is going to open up where all of your smoke's going to go, up that way. So this is closed right now. I'm going to go ahead and open that. Now for this type, we'll go do this in another video. I'll explain how you can, if you want to get a wood stove like this, you know, how you can use it to heat your house really quickly. There's a way to do that because it's got a catalytic in there. And so you kind of mess around with this back here. But we'll do that on another video. So today we're just going to show you how to get this started real quick. So everything's open. So there's a free flow of oxygen going through there. That's what you need to start a fire. Now let's go ahead and open this up. All right, now this model right here has these little stone things there to stop any wood from coming out. And so as you can see, it's completely bare in there and empty. We're gonna start from scratch. So I just want you all to know that this is going to be a completely unedited video. So I am going to go ahead and start the fire from start to finish here. Some of the videos that I watched on YouTube a while back, when we were first trying to get this started, a lot of them, they edited their videos and they went ahead and got everything in there and they got the fire started just like that. And I'm like, oh, wait a second there. I could see the edit. It cut for a second there. On a lot of videos, they did that. They just cut it out because, you know, they really took like forever to get it started. And they wanted to show you they could do it. So this is going to be unedited. I'm going to show you from start to finish just because I want you guys to do this with me at home. I don't want you to have to go through that long process of getting it started. So this is completely clean in here. There's nothing in there yet. I'm not going to be using any starter logs or any of those starter materials that you could buy at the store. Now you can definitely do that. When I first got the stove, I used to get those starter logs at Lowe's and they worked really well. But I want to show you guys the natural way of doing it, that you can get it done every single time and you don't have to go out to the store. So what you need now, you need to get some kindling. So what's kindling? So over here, I have a nice variety of kindling. And right, what is kindling? Kindling is dried sticks and twigs, you know, wood burning material that you get outside. So if you got your own property, just go out there near the trees and find some, just laying on the ground. You need to make sure that they're nice and dry. Now, if you live in a neighborhood and you got a wood stove here, you're probably not going to find very many. So if there's a park in your neighborhood, go to the park. Maybe they got some that came from the trees. So, but this is what you need to do. So grab some kindling first. Now, this is how you know if you have good kindling. So you want to get a good snap. Very good snap there. Now, one thing to look for when you're getting the kindling, if it's bendy, a little bit bendy, that's not kindling, that's not good. It's still green. So don't use that. That's a good rule of thumb. If what you got in your hands is still kind of bendy and it's not snapping, get rid of it. It's not going to work. So you want it to have good snap to it. Good snap to it right there. All right, so let's go ahead and get this going here. So the way that I like to do it is I'll put a little bit in the middle here. Really good kindling there. So put a bit of a pile there. And even if it's small, I still like to snap it a little bit because then you have those open ends and those catch a lot easier. So definitely a nice little trick there is to just break them anyways, because those open ends will catch a lot faster. And then once I have a little bit of a pile, I'll go ahead and start doing something like a bit of a pyramid type fashion here, just like this. Just kind of all around there. All right, just a little something like that for it to build upon. I'm going to grab a little bit more from over here. Now what I like to do is put the small twigs on the bottom, and then I'll put some thicker ones up here on the top. Now you don't need this much kindling, but I'm putting a lot in there just so you can kind of see how it's done. So actually that one feels a little bit wet, so let's not put that one in there. All right, so we're getting a pretty good pile here. So like I said, most of you can go out on your property and just grab a bunch of kindling here. And again, this is the natural way of doing it. You're not going to be using any chemicals or any starter logs or anything like that. So now we have our little bit of a kindling pile in there. And this is what I do every night that we get this going. And so we're in the cold season right now, so I like to go ahead and get the wood stove going nearly every night. And so now we have that. Now there's a couple of things you could do from here. Now you can either get it started just like that and add some wood later, or you can get that started with a little bit of wood, larger wood on top. I like to do it with a little bit of larger wood on top, just so when it gets going, it'll start catching on to the wood as well. So this is what I like to do. Just kind of lay it kind of like that, in that fashion again, like before, just kind of like a little pyramid or triangle fashion there. Just kind of put something like that. So everyone has their way of stacking wood and doing different things in here, and that's fine. You know, I do things this way. And now, what I used to do is I used to get one of those little twigs there from the kindling, and I'd light it on fire, and then I'd stick a bunch in there with a little bit of paper towel and stuff. That works, but it takes a little bit of time. This year, we learned about these. So these are the long reach matches. These are awesome. Once you use them, you can never go back. Now this isn't a sponsored video or anything. We've got this at the thrift store for I think $1.50. So these right here is a time saver. If you don't, like I said, if you don't have these at your home right now that you're watching this video, just go ahead and grab one of those kindling, use your clicker here and get it on fire and just stick it in there and it'll work fine, because it'll be just like having a match. And maybe throw some paper towels in there. But you know, at the intro of this video, I told you I'm going to show you a fast, easy way of doing this. And this is a fast, easy way of doing it. So I'll usually grab like 2 or 3 of these things. One's enough, but now there's another trick to doing it with these doors here, and I'll show you in just a second. So let's go ahead and put these back in. All right, so everything's open. We have our wood set there, we have our kindling. Now let's go ahead and you would actually light this and you just kind of hold it in there. All right, so we got that one going. So what I like to do is just kind of sit here, let that one catch. You just let it sit in there if you'd like to. And if you can see, it's already starting to catch. But just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and get another one of these going. Okay, and I'll put it somewhere different. Just put it here. And yes, you're gonna have to sit here if you want to get this going with your hand, just kind of manipulating it like this. But like I said, again, it's supposed to be an easy way. This is an easy way. So sometimes it won't catch, and that's fine. Just go ahead and get another one of these lit. But it looks like they're catching pretty good right now. You'll see a little bit of smoke come out of there if they're not super, super dry. But these right here are dry enough. See, it's already catching here. Now, I'll also just kind of move this around a little bit deeper in there. And so, as you can see, it took me a couple seconds and it's already catching. It would take me about 30 minutes to get to this point when I first got the wood stove. All right, now here's a little trick to do. This is what I learned on my own. You want to angle, we'll get a little cramp in my hand. You want to angle the oxygen coming in from the open valves and everything. The whole openness of this. There is a certain free flow of air going through here, but there's a way that you can manipulate it to make the fire even stronger than it is. And this is the way that you can do it. See it getting a little bit more powerful there? All right, you're kind of angling, you're manipulating the oxygen coming in. Now you see it's getting stronger. Let's go ahead and close this door a little bit more. Oh, look at that. It's starting to get even more angry. So let's go ahead and close it up a bit. Now let's let it sit like that. Like I said, this is going to be unedited. Just keep on watching. Look how powerful that is getting. And so now look at that. See, now this is why I showed you I like to put the large pieces of wood in there as well. They're already catching as well. It's really nice dry wood. So now you have your first logs getting caught as well. And so you're getting started a really good fire for yourself here. And so there, see, you're kind of giving it a nice, the way that the oxygen is going on in there right now is kind of like this. Obviously you can't see it, but that's the way that the oxygen is actually flowing right now. It's coming in through here, it's going back up through there, and we're creating kind of like a manipulation of how it's actually affecting the fire, how it's feeding the fire when you're having this cracked open. Now this isn't something that I learned on a YouTube video or reading it in the book. I actually just learned this for myself just by doing this. So this is a nice, another little trick to do when you're getting this started. Look how easy that was. When we first got this, and you can ask Marina this if you want to, we both were over here trying to get this started. It would take us an hour to get this stupid thing started. And so with the proper knowledge of getting, the scientific way of doing things, know how to manipulate the air going through there, and this is the way to do it. So go ahead and try it with your wood stove if it has this capability. The vast majority of them do. But like I said, pick these up, these long matchsticks. These things are awesome. As you can see, I put like 3 of them in there, you know, just so we can get a big flame going. But most of the time I just use 1. You know, it's perfectly fine. But there you go. That's how you get a really nice fire started in your wood stove very quickly, very easily. Just number 1, make sure everything is open. If one sure way to make sure there's no fire going is if you're trying to start a fire and you're trying to figure out why the heck isn't the fire starting, it might be closed. So make sure everything is open so that you have that free flow of oxygen. Now look at that going. That's crazy. And we still have this open a little bit. Well, once it's like this and everything's just kind of catching, now you can go ahead and slowly close it. Don't close it too fast or it will actually go out. Look at that, 1 door open. It's going pretty crazy. That's because now the oxygen is going in another angle here. We closed it off and now it is going this way, but we restricted the amount of oxygen that it's actually getting, and now it's going berserk in that direction. But let's go ahead and just close it up. Just like that. Oh, there's a little match. But look at that now. Now you can go ahead and close it up. And you got yourself a nice fire there. And now you could go ahead and just progressively add more logs to it. So definitely keep your wood over to the side here. Get yourself one of those little log stands. We might be getting one soon, hopefully. But look at that, nice fire there. Very quick, very easy. Any of y'all can do it. This was not edited, like I said. Nothing was cut. You saw the whole thing start to finish. You could do it yourself. And just a little reminder, if you don't have these, they're at Walmart or pretty much anywhere. Go ahead and grab these. If you don't, just grab one of those, a couple of those twigs you found from outside, the kindling, and light them the same way. And go ahead and just stick them in there, just kind of hold them in there like I did, and that'll work perfectly fine. I've done that before too. But definitely get your hands on those long matchsticks. They are a time saver. So we got that. Now we got a hot wood stove for tonight, and it's very, very, very easy. Thank y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned. This is gonna be part 1 of a series of wood stove videos I'm gonna do. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about this model here. This model makes your house hot very fast, up to like over 80 degrees in like less than an hour and a half. So, thank y'all so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to Caesar's Freedom Stead. Like the video and share. I'll see you on the next one.